Hey guys, welcome to the Warehouse Gym channel. I'm Adam Steele, and then in this segment we're going to continue discussing like the Docu series of the War Machines, where we talk about and discuss essentially the concept, design, and from the ground up fabrication and build of these big bad boys right here. And so right behind me is the Pendulum War Machine, most popularly known as the War Machine itself. It is self-titled. A lot of people call it the Humbler. It is not for your ego. And anyone who's been fortunate enough to utilize it, experience it, the design and angles of what I created with it are very unique. It's the only one of its kind. It is actually a physical, true pendulum, unlike literally every other ones in the market. The Arsenal, the Nautilus, the Atlantis, and things like that. It has a complete zero offset, calculable overload when it goes into its upswing incline, and then it's offset by the counterweight when it creates above the height of the fulcrum. So that probably sounds like gibberish to a lot of people, but engineering and things like that and design, it makes sense when you think about weight equipment. And the reason why this last year in 2021, when I came up with it, I was super fortunate in my welding shop, Legacy Dynamics. I had actually acquired a 10-foot water jet. So it made it really easy to be able to design and make my own parts like quickly. I could walk over, I could draw them, on CAD, and I was able to just shoot them out of steel that I had stock. And I was able to just make counterweight parts. I was able to do flanges and things like that. Fun creative things, as well as like the Warehouse Gym logo and stuff like that. And it was really unique. It essentially made it like for kind of like a synergistic environment in the shop to where I could just create, you know what I mean? It was really neat. And so with that, I came up with the Pendulum. I started doing research. I've tried a couple, the models like the Nautilus, the Atlantis over at EOS, the Gym, and then Arsenal came out with their version, and nothing was really satisfying. A lot of people complain that it should have a great application with the engineering, but it just wasn't fabricated or done quite correctly for what I felt there could be, as well as the potential. And so I created the War Machine. I saw myself essentially trying to, how could I make it better? How could I improve it? And then I started looking at the engineering, the science, and the physiology with the biomechanics of what it needs to do, like what it should do and be able to do, and the creative possibility of how it could target and be different, the angle of attack and arc as it goes into the full range of motion of a squat, a lunge, or a front squat, wide stance, narrow stance, sumo stance, sissy squat, everything that you could possibly imagine. And because I was building it and I created a platform underneath as like a stage, it made it unique because then I created a articulating handle. And so I was able to get an articulating handle so it has two grips front and back. And created the stage, and I thought, okay, if I could have more than one place to unlock it, I could utilize it more ergonomically as if you were assisting or a spot, as well as the idea came to me when I was fabricating the seat, the back support and the shoulder support for it, in kind of mock-up, in the multiple designs that I kind of went through. I figured out that, oh wow, at this angle, this feels awesome. I could run this as a front squat as well, and sissy squat, and be able to put my chest in weight and keep my spine erect, going facing in reverse. And in my mind, I was like, wow, this would be amazing. The only thing that keeps you from doing it is the headrest that seems really unnecessary, and and things like that. Also, being able to unlock it and lock it like on other models, that's not practical. So I created the extended arm, so a pivot arm, so where you can have 2 points to unlock and lock the arm, and the hook essentially to set the machine up. So that was really cool. I wanted to logo everything. I thought branding was important. And so I played with it, and as you can see in the video clip here and stuff like that, and like the photos, you can see a lot of attempts and mocking up and things like that. It's very raw materials essentially, and then how I created the War Machine. And again, all of these things I've done by myself with my two hands in my shop. I designed and created and conceptualized each and every War Machine, and I did that mostly in the middle of the night, after work and after building the gym and everything else, what I was doing. So yeah, it was pretty fun. But anyway, I appreciate you guys for watching, And please like and subscribe, and we're gonna move on to the next one, and I'll tell you more about the stories and check out some of the last year's videos and clips that are gonna be featured in this so you can see like some of how I created it, some of the pictures and things like that. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm Adam Steele. Bye.